All right. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps people like to listen to? How do I make money from my podcasts? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor.
For recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match to advertise your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's why I'm doing this right now by reading this ad.
What I like about Anchor is that Q makes it look so easy. It looks like you just drop some things and just hit enter.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, but it looks pretty easy to me. I'm pretty sure I could sit down and figure out how to do it, but that's what we have Q here for. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so if you always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, you can go to anchor.fm/start. Again, that's Anchor, ANCHOR.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. Again, that's anchor.fm/start, and I can't wait to hear your podcast.
What y'all got on special? Can you give me something sweet?
Hey, bartender, how much for a shot, man?
Can I get a sour on the right up?
Do you got a blue motorcycle? Sex on the rocks.
What's up, y'all? It's your guy, Quentin Quasey. I am your girlfriend's favorite bartender, also known as Sex to See the Pool Boy Next Door. What you hate? Don't hate. I'm here with my co-host. No other than
Miss Tiffany, but in spite of the general anticipation of this Disney remake, I'm gonna call myself the Black Mulan.
We not even on Mulan yet, yo.
Doesn't matter.
Can Lion King come out first?
First of all, Lion King comes out next week.
It does.
You got your tickets.
I don't know if I do. I should go get them shit.
Sucks for you.
I'm gonna go get them
And
shit.
then I don't know what's coming on out after that. I know they're doing air.
Shit, by the time this come out, Lion King would have been out last week. Shit.
True.
See? Now, don't you regret wanting to do all these shows in advance and shit?
Well, hey, no, we got content after content after content. So that's exactly what we're striving for. Are we? Which one are we doing?
We're doing whiskey today.
Okay. Whiskey. All right.
Alright, so this week, y'all, we are continuing the Well Liquor series. This week, y'all, we did vodka, we did rum. No, we did vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec. Or our cordials was last week, and now we are on whiskey. Usually, well, in the way that it goes bartending school. That goes bourbon and scotch, but bourbon and scotch are both whiskeys, so we got to add them together. And the main thing for whiskey is like just a general term that a lot of people don't really know about. They think that bourbon is a totally different liquor, scotch is a totally different liquor. No, they're the same. All of that shit is whiskey, right? So whiskey, I said, is like car. It's like a car. Then what kind of cars do you have? You have trucks, you got sports cars, you got motorcycles, and then in that you got brands, you got Chevy, you got all that other shit, right? So I'm gonna write this down real quick. So, real quick, I got my t-shirt shit on, Tiff. Check me out. So first,
Don't forget this.
fuck that. So
Well, you need it.
I don't. That's how you spell whiskey, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. So, first you got whiskey, right?
Okay.
Now, what makes up whiskey? Tiffany, do you know? I'm going to call on you.
Water, yeast, and grain.
Yes, water, yeast, and grain. And in that,
And
it all depends on different kind of styles. So, you have Irish whiskey. Then you got Scottish. And you got American whiskey.
Scottish is the same thing as Scotch?
Yes, it's in Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you have rye whiskey, which goes under American. Then you have bourbon. And then you have like shit like Canadian and Tennessee. And then you got Japanese whiskey. You got all these different kinds of whiskeys, right? Now, what makes these all these motherfuckers different?
How it's made?
Exactly. Good student. Good job, student. Anyway, so Scotch was pretty much the first whiskey, right?
Okay.
You were so silly. Anyway, Scotch was the first whiskey, y'all. It has to be made in Scotland, of course, for it to be Scotch. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. It has to be aged for at least 3 years. And one thing about or that sets Scotland off from other places that make whiskey, you can use coloring or food coloring to make it darker. A lot of times if you make liquor, it's clear. No matter what you make, whether it's vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, cognac, any of that. All of that shit is clear. When you put it inside of a barrel or you put it inside of anything, that's what turns the color. More so, a lot of times, the darker that the spirit is, that means the older it has been aged. But Scotland be fucking around cheating and shit by putting darker brown in there to make it darker. You think it's aged longer when that shit probably only 2 weeks old when they say it's 3 years. But
can you lie about that though?
Technically not. No, you can't lie that it's been aged, but Scotland can use food coloring. So that will make someone think, oh, this is darker. So that means it's aged more, which means it's more potent, more smooth, tastes better.
Okay. But it would say on the label.
Any Scotch. Well, they're not going to say, oh yeah, any whiskey that is from Scotland has to be aged for 3 years.
Okay.
Okay. And the thing about that, even though it's aged for 3 years and it might not be in the best barrel, it might be like in a light brown barrel or some shit, and it doesn't get that dark.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's why they can use food coloring. Okay. Next, you have Irish whiskey. Where's Irish? Ireland. Good job. Y'all, I'm feeling like a teacher today and shit.
Oh my god.
Tiffany over here just pouting and shit.
Send me to the principal's office.
Whatever. Anyway, no, so Irish whiskey, Irish whiskey is more so that has to be aged for 3 years as well, but it's usually distilled a few more times, so it's going to be smoother, right? Do you know what your more so popular Irish whiskey is?
Jameson.
Good job, Jameson. A lot of you motherfuckers don't even know that Jameson is whiskey. Y'all just know that shit is Jameson. Yeah, give me some of that Jameson. I don't know, it's dope. It's just Jameson. Motherfucker is Irish whiskey. Which is like, you know, they like the redheads, and redheads like the black people, the white people and shit, right? So, whatever. But the thing about Jameson, or not Jameson, but Irish whiskey, it comes in a couple different styles. You have single malt, which means it's all barley, which is a different kind of grain. Matter of fact, we're not even going to get all the way into the grain shit just yet. But Irish can be made about 4 different styles or 5 different ways that all make up what it is. Okay, it's not a huge, it's not a lot of rules to Irish whiskey as long as it's made and aged. As long as it's made in Ireland and aged for 3 years, right? Then we will go to rye whiskey, which is your American whiskey, right? Now in America, which is kind of funny, you know, we strict this shit on everything, so you can't have no food coloring at all and no liquor. So if that shit is really dark, it's really aged, or it's aged with good in a good barrel. Yeah, you can't have no food coloring at all. And
you can have GMO in your food though.
Exactly, that's fucking crazy. Now, what makes rye whiskey a rye is it's made with 51% rye grain. Okay, versus a bourbon, which is also American and can't have food coloring. That's made with 50% corn. Okay, so rye whiskey is made with rye grain, and bourbon is made with corn. And that's just what makes it up. It can be mixed with anything else in the fucking world, but 51% of it has to be either rye grain or corn. Okay, and that's pretty much it as far as whiskey. I'm not going into the history of it because everybody fucking makes this whiskey. Monks make whiskey, Japanese people make whiskey, Asian people make whiskey, Americans, Canadians, everybody fucking makes that shit whiskey, okay? And I guess I more so wanted to go into the popular brands that people went into. So we're going to go with the top 8 whiskeys that are, sold in the U.S. Like we said, we are doing the top, top sold or top...
Sold.
I think it's another word for that
Sales.
shit. Sales?
Popular.
Boom. There we go. The most popular whiskey. We're not going off of what they taste like because that's all going to be opinion. We are not going to tell you what tastes good to you and shit. But we are going to tell you what sold the most in 2018. Starting with the bottom. So number 8 was Evan Williams bourbon whiskey. That is more times than not the well liquor of every bar. It's either going to be Early Times or Evan Williams. Those are the bottom shelf. You got Seagram's 7. You ever had a 7 and 7?
That's what 7-Up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never had it, but I've made it.
Yes, it's pretty good. I mean, it makes it kind of sweet. It's a really sweet whiskey. So yeah, and plus 7-Up is sweet as fuck. Number 6 is
7-Up cake. Oh my gosh,
I never had that shit.
It's amazing. I gotta find that shit.
You and Ant was talking about that shit.
Yes, we were. How was Ant?
He cool.
We gotta bring
He just got engaged.
Oh,
Remember he was talking about that?
yeah. Well, I don't think he talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's. I'm happy for him.
Well, she said yes. Next, 6 is Maker's Mark.
Next one.
No, I'm not. They keep saying that shit, but I'm not. I got a lot more people ahead of me. Number 6 is Maker's Mark. Number 5 is whiskey. Number 5 is Jameson. That's Irish whiskey. Number 4 is going to be Jim Beam. That's a bourbon. Then you have number 3, which is fucking nasty ass Fireball. This is how you know we're going off of what sold the highest, because Fireball is fucking disgusting. And all of y'all that drink Fireball, I want to tell you something. It's going to ruin your fucking day. Fireball, the same ingredients that is in that is what is in antifreeze. You are drinking chemicals, okay? Now, antifreeze, a lot of people put that shit in poison because it's very, very sweet. You know the metallic green or orange shit that you put inside your engine? You are drinking that shit when you drink Fireball, motherfucker. You keep on drinking Fireball, you are going to die. Read the damn label. Those are just as dangerous as Backwoods. Backwoods have a general surgeon ward on the back of them shits. I'm done preaching. Out of that, number 2 is going to be...
Who approves liquor?
People. I don't fucking know. We should find out. You know we got ALE. We should get an ALE, motherfucker.
It's not the FDA, is it?
Possibly. I don't know.
Food and Drug Administration? Who's the
ALE, Alcohol Law Enforcement. I don't know.
That's law enforcement, but who is checking the ingredients of liquor to authorize it to be sold in the United States?
I don't know. I mean, granted, it's probably really not actual poison, but ingredients from Fireball are found in antifreeze.
Oh yeah.
Vice versa,
just like whipped cream and Cool Whip, you can use that shit to paint your house.
For real?
It has the same ingredients, and I still eat that shit because it's delicious.
Strawberries. Y'all gonna fucking die. But the top 2.
That just made me drink some water.
top 2. Speaking of water, they ain't sponsoring them motherfuckers.
Oh, sorry, but it's
whatever.
It's so good.
Whatever. Water's water. The top 2 are Crown Royal, which is a Canadian whiskey, and then you got Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. Those are going to be your top 2. And quite frankly, I mean, this list is a lot of people drink this shit. This is the shit people love. And I would say what you should do to learn more about whiskey is just go to a bar, and I don't want to say get a shot. Go to any little dive bar. Most dive bars have plenty of great whiskeys, and they're cheap. They $7-8 a shot or $8 a cup. You put some ice on it, sit there for 10 minutes, sip on that shit, have a conversation, fucking get on Instagram or something, and really taste that shit. And you might find some fire ass shit that you're gonna love to drink. No bullshit. And that's better than
He likes his whiskey.
I do. You know, I like to be on my old man
What's your
shit.
favorite whiskey?
Shit, you know that Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Oh my god.
Mind you, I only had that shit once though.
But it's your favorite.
It's $500 a bottle. Only reason I had that shit was because I was working at a club that was going out of. They wasn't going out of business. They were switching from a club to a restaurant, and they want to get rid of all the liquor. So everything was $5 shots. Everything. Johnny Walker Blue Label, which is normally $50 a shot, was $5. Shit was crazy. We was fucked up that night.
I'm thinking Black Label. I don't think I've seen
Blue
Label.
So Johnny Walker goes red, black, double black, silver, gold, platinum, and then blue. Blue, yeah. And blue only comes in, I think, 2 sizes. 1 or 2 sizes. And a bottle is like a tinted kind of blue. It's almost like the Bombay bottle, but not as blue. But that shit is fire, though. That shit tastes like water, but it tastes good. It tastes like good water. And you get fucked up.
Good water? Okay.
So, yeah, just to end off whiskey this week, my drink of the week is going to be a Four Horsemen. Do you know what a Four Horsemen is?
No, but I'm actually looking at the recipe and it looks fire. I'm like, I am going to make this shit.
This Four Horsemen shit. Now, and it's crazy because you can make Four Horsemen a few different ways. Pretty much is mixing any liquor that has somebody's name in the shit. The original Four Horsemen were Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey, Jim Beam Bourbon Whiskey, Johnny Walker Black Scottish Whiskey, and Jameson Irish Whiskey. And that's pretty much to mix every type of whiskey. So you got bourbon, Scotch, rye, and Irish. You want to mix all 4 of them. But sometimes people do a 5 Horseman, and they put Jose in that bitch. And it's a half ounce of all of these things. So really, it's a 2-ounce shot. It's just a long, tall shot glass. But sometimes people put Jose in it. You can do Don Julio. Like I said, it's any liquor that has a name, an actual person's name.
Okay.
So that's what it would be. And yeah, that's my shit. And it's good. I mean, you take that shit, you fuck. No, it's just straight liquor. This is a shot. I mean, you could put some ice with that bitch with some bitters. That's the only thing I would put in it. I would not put it because all of those go good with, say, maybe like some sour mix, like a whiskey sour by themselves, but they all have unique, different tastes. Like some of them are sweet, some of them are a little bit bitter. You know, Scotch is a little bitter, and you know, like Johnny Walker's super. I mean, not Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's. I just said that, but Jack Daniel's is super fucking sweet compared to Scotch.
Yeah, a lot of girls like
because it's sweet.
Jack Daniels.
As women get older, their palate opens up. Like just like men start to like beer, women start to like whiskey.
Yeah, there was this older lady last time I worked, and she was like, "I don't know what I had earlier. It was from a different place, but it was with Makers." And I was like, "Okay, girl, I need something else, baby. I need something else." Well, she was like, "Just make it with a little twang. When somebody says a little twang, I just do sour." So I just made her a whiskey sour. You would have thought I told her the Da Vinci Code.
I mean, because it's something new. It's something new for her.
She was like, "What's this? I said, "It's Makers and sour. It's a whiskey sour."
But it's like, new to her, yo.
Oh my God, I love it so much. When I tell you, her ass was getting lit. I had to cut her off.
This was at the spot on Glenwood? You still
working?
Okay.
This was I had to cut her off. She had like 5 in a row. And then I was like, "You can't walk."
Shit, and I kept giving them to who you with? Who you with? You with them?
She's
okay.
an older lady too. I don't want people to rob her. You
know that's what I say. Who you with? You over there with them? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
The guy she was with, he was fucked up too because he kept getting damn Don Julio. I was like,
they grown.
He was like, "I need a new whiskey. I need a new tequila." And I was like, "Have you tried?" I always suggest Don Julio because it's just smooth.
Because you want to be their motherfucking personnel.
Huh?
You want to be their personnel or something.
Don Julio, brand ambassador. You need one? I'm your girl. No, I was introduced to it from actually another podcast. The girl was talking about how she loves Don Julio tequila, and I was like, "This shit can't be that good." And then I tried it, and it was that good. So anyway, this we already did our tequila episode, but all right. So
what's your favorite whiskey though? If you had to pick one.
My favorite whiskey. I don't really like whiskey like that. I mean, Jameson is okay. I've done Jameson.
You know what I learned Jameson from, or when I started drinking Jameson?
When?
From a girl.
Yeah.
Girl? Yeah, from a girl. That bitch hit me in my fucking throat. Jameson is not no bitch, though. A lot of people drink Jameson. I don't know why people drink Jameson as much, because Jameson is not fucking smooth. It tastes really good, but that shit is just, like, it hits you in your motherfucking throat if you ain't ready for that shit.
Well, I did I cheated when I took Jameson, though, because I had them add the Irish cream to it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good. Whatever.
What you got? What you want to talk about?
Our topic?
Yeah.
Well, I had an actual question about, this is back on your, so Japanese is no rules for the whiskey?
Yeah, so Japanese whiskey is not really any rules at all when you're making that shit. I say that because it can be made out of anything. Okay? Of course you want it to be made out of a grain, and it has to be aged in barrels and all of that. So that makes it whiskey, but their recipe continues to change. They have a philosophy of, if you have the same recipe 20 years from now, you're doing something wrong. Because you're supposed to try to keep making it better and better and better. A lot of Japanese whiskeys have lemon in them. So you'll taste a hint of lemon, which I think is fire, because that's the only thing that fucking Johnny Walker is missing. Lemon. I always drink my Johnny Walker with a lemon. Not with a lime, not with no juice, not with no chaser, with a squeeze of lemon. And that shit is the best thing in the world. But yeah, Japanese. I like Japanese whiskey. Of course, I went to China and I tried to try as much shit over there as I could. But they don't use ice over there, and like that ice tastes nasty, and everything was hot. Like I wanted some of this shit to be cold. Like the first day I got there, I got fucking Johnny. I said, "Give me a Jack on the rocks." He said, "On the rocks with ice?" I was like, "Yeah." And it was like honestly, the ice looked like it was melted. I don't know where the fuck they got the ice from. They might have got that shit from the floor. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know where the fuck they got the ice from, because it wasn't good. But yeah, you gotta be careful over there. They got that I think the Dominican Republic went over there to China and found their liquor and shit. Because
wow.
No, all through Beijing, China, they got these little liquor stands. Because there's no such thing as like a open carry law. You can be just walking around in China with a bottle or whatever, it don't matter. They had little stands like a hot dog stand outside the club we got. They got liquor, man. It's called the Mojito Man. Okay. And you got to be careful which one you go to, because some of them sell fake liquor. And that's the same liquor that fucking motherfuckers is dying off over in the Dominican Republic right now.
Jesus.
So you gotta be careful.
Okay. Well, that's all I had a question about, was the Japanese, their distilling of their whiskey. But I got a question.
What?
Let me know if you agree with me or not.
What's up?
Right? So, this is into our bartending shit. I don't like to do celebrity parties, right?
Why?
Because they don't fucking tip. They got a whole fucking entourage. Nobody tips. You're thinking the celebrity is going to tip? 9 out of 10 times they don't. And if they do, it's a fucking slap in the face.
I don't want to say 9 out of 10. Because,
what would you say?
Finish your story first. Now I will say something.
Okay. So,
what celebrity?
We're going to just say basketball players.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. The club that you work at now? I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is not from there, though.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
This is not from there. But I'm talking about some other niggas.
Tell me.
No, I'll tell you. I don't know their names. I just know the niggas play basketball.
Who they play for?
I gotta look it up. I don't know. I don't know anything about sports.
He might have been a new draft pick or something that ain't even got no money yet.
But I've been rappers, host. All them niggas, they don't tip. I did a party. I served at this club I was working at in Durham. Mm-hmm. He had no lie, he had 8 niggas with him. Served all of them. Did not get a thing. A fucking thing. Served them all night at the bar. The owner, he was like, I know you made some good money tonight. I was like, actually, I didn't make shit. He was like, oh, he didn't tip? I said, no. He was like, you know how much I paid for him to be here and he didn't tip? I said, exactly.
That's what I said.
So the owner, he ended up giving me a couple of $100 just for my troubles, because I'm just saying a lot of celebrities don't tip. That's all I'm saying. So
I don't know.
That's okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, point of the story is, let's say you do an event and you have another event coming up. And we are bartenders. We are not party promoters. If I am working your party, yes, I will promote it. I will put the flyer on my social media at least once a week for you.
Maybe. I might. I am against that. I'm a bartender. I'm not a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a promoter. You pay promoters. You don't pay bartenders.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
Unless you want to pay me, the manager or the owner of all y'all want to get paid. Y'all want people to come. Y'all better promote. No, you pay people to do that. I mean, if nobody comes, you need to go get your money back from that motherfucker that promoted and pay my ass for being there. But go.
So, my sentiments exactly.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind. I'll post a flyer here and there. I don't mind doing it. But don't have an event telling me that they're going to audit everyone's social media to make sure that they're posting the flyers.
Yeah, so you don't want me to work this day? That's what you want? That's what you're saying? You don't want me to work this day?
And it's like, I only made $175 the last party, right? Because we had like 10 people to split everything with. We had a good turnout, but you know, you had all these celebrities there, but they were taking the money from the celebrities. We weren't seeing it. We were just serving our asses off, and we was like 10. It was 8 bartenders, 2 bottle girls, or whatever. So they may have tipped, and maybe we didn't see. All I know is just that I went home with $175. So, which to me is like, that's cute, but for all my troubles with makeup, we had to buy outfits, everything. I'm pretty much getting my hair done. I'm pretty much breaking even, which I'm not mad at you about that. It's just like, all right, cool. But you want me to promote your party and bring more people in and have a new outfit and a certain hairstyle and this and that when I only made $175 the last party. And then you're going to audit all of our social medias?
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's a bit excessive. I'm sorry.
What you're saying, I understand. I get what you're saying, and I definitely agree with it, but you can't get mad. You can't hold somebody or want somebody to be like, well, I got my hair and nails done, I bought a new outfit, all this and that. Because that's like a stripper. That's like a stripper saying, oh, I went and got my hair done, I got my nails done, I smell good, I got 10 different outfits for one night.
Well, no. Well, the thing about
you can't get mad at that.
What I'm saying is that the stuff that I was doing was for them. You have to have green nails. You have to have your hair and a ponytail to the side. You have to wear this leotard. This leotard is $45. You're not reimbursing me for this. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. So they're requiring you to go out and buy that.
They're requiring you to go out and buy stuff. They're requiring you to wear your hair a certain
that's the
way.
case. Yeah,
they're requiring a color nail polish because they want everything in sync. But they are not compensating. They're
I just work for free. No, I get what you're saying. You just work for free. No,
my whole thing is, if you want me to post your flyer, that's cool. And they just, usually bartender's uniform is all black. If you're trying to do something special, okay, cool. This is the colors, ladies, stick with this. I can do that. But when I actually have to go into my own pocket and buy for a group for myself to match the scheme because you want us all in da-da-da-da. And I'm basically breaking even. I just worked for my health. And then you're trying to do scare tactics. My whole thing is, I'm a bartender. I'm not a promoter. If I was making more money, maybe I would promote that shit every day, but I shouldn't fucking have to. I am a bartender. If I'm promoting myself. Wherever I'm at,
exactly.
You come see me.
Yeah, I promote myself. Yeah.
That's it. Like, and then I just, like, the nerve. It's just, again, it's this, I love my people, but we have to do better and better at business. It's just, it gets like, I understand you want things, you want to be different, you want things to look a certain way, but you have to also make sure you take care of your people. Because I could be a sneaky ass bartender bitch and put all that fucking cash in my pocket. Mm-hmm. I really could. Do I do that? No, I believe in being honest. However, you ripping me off and in return I can rip your ass off too, but I don't. So that's all I'm saying. Just, more respect for what we do. The preparation, especially, if you want all female bartenders, you want them all to look a certain way. That shit costs money. Hopefully we can make that money back. And I don't think you should be penalized for not posting a damn flyer every day. That's all I'm saying. I've never had a club.
So we got to get an owner on here. We got to.
Yeah, I want to see their. I want to see their point of view. And maybe not an owner. Well, yeah, owner as well. But I really want to get a club promoter. I want to get like a party promoter.
Okay.
All the ones I know are shady, so.
Well, you want to do anything else for the show?
No, that's it. I just, promoter versus bartender. I wanted to really get that message out there. But I'm ready to do cognac.
All right, so
sipping on that yak.
We'll holler at y'all next week, y'all.
All right, Sex on the Rocks.
It's been Sex on the Rocks. Peace.
Sex